I'm back. Surgery went well on Monday. I'm getting my voice back slowly, but I decided to do a video today just because I'm feeling a lot better. So you'll hear my voice kind of slip in and out. It was much better earlier, but hey, take what you can get. I've been in pain off and on. Pain has been getting better. Anyway, this is day 11 of the FreeBSD, and just to jump back a little bit, I had repairs on two hernias, my hiatal hernia and my umbilical hernia. The reason why my throat is like this is because my esophagus is wrapped. So that's why I sound funny. Anyway, I'm going to show you today what I'm going to talk about is my Tcsh. Obviously you see the color prompt and Calce, Origin, and LOLcat. But I'll show you what mine looks like, what the output here looks like. And this is different from Bash. Honestly, I like that you have more options with Tcsh, and that's why I think I'm starting to like it more and more. Some output options with LOLcat, you have to edit, and I can do that in a separate script, and scripting here is different. And I'm not really going to talk too much about that. I'm just going to talk about the basics of my experience with Tcsh. Okay, so you can set whatever environment for what it is that you need, and this is how I call it the prompt today. So I'm still learning a lot of this stuff. Okay, but yeah, here you can just have an output command. You can create an alias, or you can say long command. But I play around with the long command for neo fetch, and it just doesn't want to work the way it should. But it's not a big deal. I'm happy with what I have on here anyway. But that's my Tcsh. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and talk about where that file is. That file, it's the CSHRC configuration file in FreeBSD. That's going to be in your home directory. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to my home directory. It's right around here in this area. So, and this is like, import or export, PS1, but we're not using we're using a Tcsh here. So pardon my language, but it's under here. So it's under your CSHRC file. So I can talk, but anyway, this kind of goes over how to set a prompt here, and parameters of setting your color prompt. But I'm just going to go over this also. This has to do with ANSI color codes. Okay, so these are your normal colors right here, and then you have your background colors. So, and you can also add attributes. There's all kinds of things you can do here, and and there's a table with all the different shells. Okay, so even if you're using Bash, this is useful information. Okay, so basically, and you have the man page here for Tcsh right here. So but yeah, that's pretty much how it is with the shell. With certain things with the shell, I'll just close out of this now because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so but basically with these shells here, with Spectre WM, I have to change the bar action script because it has, it's according to Bash. So, the variables for Tcsh and Bash are a little different. They're not the same. I played with it a little bit, and it takes some time. But anyway, I was trying to change this right here. I was trying to make the words colored in the Calce, white, whatever. But I did make a script that did work, type. If I can type special, since I'm in the home directory, I can just do it this way, and it works. So, but that was my idea. My idea was to do this. Then pipe it to calsafe. But even through that doesn't quite work. So, and I'll just show you special. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't came up with parameters for it. So, but yeah, I'm still learning about it. I'll eventually get it. I'm not too worried about that. But anyway, what I should do is talk about why I decided to reinstall. I kind of mentioned that a little bit. I reinstalled. In the last video I did, I talked about how I reinstalled FreeBSD. And for me, this was definitely a benefit. I didn't want too many ports installed. And I just wanted binaries because, you know, the ports, there are advantages. You can configure each program setting when you run make config as root. And that is a benefit because, you know, there are certain programs that I like to run like FFmpeg where I have to configure ESDL for Kdenlive to run right. So that's just what I have to do for that. With this, it's the reason why I just decided is just because, hey, you know, I just want mostly binaries. I only have like 2 ports installed and the rest are binaries. But I really didn't need auto admin. I can see how that could be a benefit. But instead of auto admin, I just have a shortcut key for root. So if I need a root terminal, which I will keep right here, but I'm just going to go ahead and put this at 9 because I don't need it out right now. But anyway, that's what I have for my root terminal. So when I'm ready to power off, I can just go to it and type what I need to type. But yeah, that's just my feelings about it, and I could see how it could be a benefit for someone that's just starting out. But for me, you know, I've done a lot of mainline installations of different operating systems to where I can pretty much find my way around pretty well. Now, with setting up Spectre WM, the paths are different. But I was a little intimidated because of something I read in a forum about the person not being able to access their settings. But I did it the normal way. You know, I just did a copy, then R. I did it wrong, copy R. Then instead of etc, which is what's in the main directory, you have to do user local in FreeBSD, and then etc and spectrewm.com, and then copy it to your home directory. Okay, so, and then the second thing you would do is pretty much just you know, if you have sudo, or you could do this as root shown, and then the user's name, and then what you want, which is spectrewm.com. But everything was fine, and then I did then I schmoded it, then you know what it is. So that's what I did to be able to edit the config. But anyway, that's why I have the color prompts right here. What's cool is, I'll just go to 9 right quick. What's cool is with this, you know, the paths are colored. So, but let's go ahead and open Terminator. And the reason why I like that, my name being white, is because if I open up like Terminator, which will open up in a second, you know, it shows it white. And I think that looks pretty cool. So when I change directory, I'll just change to Doom right quick. It shows that as purple, but that's really useful for somebody like me. But anyway, to zoom in with zooms in fine. But yeah, I'll go ahead and close it. But yeah, this also zooms in fine, zooms out fine. So I was a little confused by the keys at first, but instead of hitting Control Shift like I would in Linux. I just hit the control button and plus to zoom in with alacrity my terminal. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I decided to install everything again, and it turned out pretty well. The sound works pretty good. The sound quality on here is amazing. You know, instead of simple screen recorder this time, I'm using OBS Studio. So the next time I do a video, I'll be talking better, I'll be sounding better. But day 11 with FreeBSD has been good. Yesterday, I couldn't really do a lot, but I did decide to install FreeBSD on my Dell laptop. Now, I decided I don't really need to worry about Wi-Fi with it right now. I can just set things up when I feel like it. And with this, you know, there are learning curves, but you can pretty much do anything. Everything on here has been working pretty good. It's pretty solid, you know, and you hear my laptop running because it's rendering as I'm talking pretty much because of running OBS Studio. OBS Studio is definitely a great video recorder, and I don't care about my voice. You know, I hope you guys can hear me okay, but that's about it. I'm not worried about how I sound, you know. But yeah, I messed around with Spectre WM with the settings, with you know, the bar basically, and honestly, I'm not too worried about it because, you know, you just have to change. You just have to alter some things a little bit, you know. So you know, but I'm not really too particular about it. Like with this, you know, I hadn't really modified it much, but you definitely have to set special spacing for things and pipe things. But I'm honestly not. I mean, I played around with it a little bit earlier. It all worked out fine, and you know, the second color doesn't really show up here. But like I said, you know, I'm not into too much fancy stuff anymore. But yeah, I mean, this is, you know, Spectre WM is my tiling environment, and ICE Window Manager is going to be my stacking. Now, you know, my recommendation for the keyboard shortcut for pretty much, you know, whatever you're doing as an administrator, or if you want to do it as root, what I do is whatever your terminal is, you can just do xterm E, okay, and then su, and then basically the terminal will stay up. So whatever your keyboard shortcut is, preferably, but I use you know, Super Alt Shift or Super Shift Enter to enter in the root terminal on here and on ICE WM. So that's why it's like that. But anyway, you know, this has been my experience so far. The sound's working good. It takes a little bit for it to start up, but in OBS, I pretty much have to configure it to you know, run on the mic line. So, but that's fine. But I got that all figured out. But anyway, my experience has been so far so good. Recovery's been going well. You know, pain is here and there. But anyway, eventually I'm going to get a dongle for my Dell for FreeBSD. But the reason why I think that this is a great operating system, especially if you're more on the old-fashioned side, like I am, is because I grew up. Even though like I used a GUI and I got comfortable with that for a time, I can pretty much, you know, get familiar with the environment pretty good amount of time, even if it's a different environment, even if like I'm in a different shell like this, you know. And first I was like, yeah, Tcsh is the best, but you know, honestly, I feel like, you know, all the shells are good, they're just different. But I always thought about, you know, the Goring shell. What's that like? You know, how do I like to see how things work. But anyway, I think that's gonna be about it. So I'll talk about other things. Let me know what you want me to talk about. You know, with audio and stuff, I'm still learning, but I got a way to render the audio the way I want to from the video, you know, which I'm going to do here in a few minutes, and render it as an MP3 so that way I can edit the sound and make it sound good. But hopefully I'll be loud enough in the video. But I don't think I really have to do a lot of editing today, which is great because I kind of just want to give an update. And yeah, one more thing before I go. So I'll show you my exit RC here, because there is something peculiar, okay? Anyway, the check launch session is what you normally use, but since I did a mainline install, dbus launch exit the session has been working fine, and my trash can shows my file manager. So, and that's working fine. So, yeah. But anyway, go ahead and exit out of that. Let's open up a bunch of terminals, close it out. Blah blah blah. It's whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that just because that was interesting when I was configuring it. So you have to overlook your comfort zone of what you think should work also. And I don't disregard what people say in their experiences about shells and programs, because that's their own experience and I don't cut them down for them. And that's one thing I do not like about I still like Linux, but that's one thing I don't like about the Linux community. A lot of people are arrogant and they think that they know everything, and that their way is the only way that's right. We all have different experiences. Not all of our experiences are going to be the same. And there's no reason to criticize somebody because of how they use it. Maybe there is a right and wrong way. Hey, I don't mind you guys saying something about Tcsh because I'm still learning about it. But if someone just has a preferred way of doing things and someone else doesn't like it, I don't think it's necessary to cut down on. It's like there's one that talked about word processors, talking like everybody should know that. But hey, a normal user that just gets on a computer, whether it's Windows or Mac, they're not going to understand what a text editor is or what they do, or the command shortcuts. I mean, I can use V now pretty good because I had to a lot. So, but some keys want to work, some keys don't work. That's what's weird about it. But yeah. Close that. Yeah. Anyway, when V's work, and I can use the J and K to move up and down. But sometimes it doesn't really work. But that's why I use Vim really. But I can use Vim and be okay. I can be okay with anything just because I've taken the time to read about it and learn. And I don't feel like you have to be extremely intelligent to use this or to do what I'm doing. I feel that way. And I feel like, and this is kind of like a rant. I'm really strongly tired of people putting other people down just because of what they like to use, like word processing programs. It's not a big deal, That's a normal user. That's what they want to use. So what? I still like using LibreOffice because it has, I can have I can save it a certain way to where I can't think of it right now. Where the parameters are on the pages, on how the pages format, how the format is for the page that I'm typing, whether it's a resume or whatever. I can save that in the same settings as I can a Microsoft Word program, and then I can pull it back up on Microsoft Word if I ever use Microsoft Word. But that's why I think I'm tired of a lot of people in the Linux community, because they just feel like they know everything. And there's always something. I don't know everything, and I don't think I'm that smart. I just think I had taken the time to read some things and do some things, and that's it. I feel like if you're comfortable in a command line setting, then you're going to be fine with FreeBSD. If not, then you need to get comfy with doing certain things. You'll be alright. Anyway, I'll definitely keep everybody posted. Thank you so much for your support, but the arrogance has to go. And I've seen it in FreeBSD too. It has to go. It's not necessary. Especially if some people are old enough to know better. It's not doing anybody any justice. Be helpful to each other. And it's just how I feel about it. But anyway, that's going to be it. Once again, third, fourth, fifth time. Fifth time's a charm. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. See you.
This has been a Dan Matheny production.